So what is exactly a startup? Who is called an entrepreneur? Why we talk about more on problem solving? So let me be very clear. Startup is something like a company or a business or a task which you want to execute to solve some problems which you see in a regular daily basis. So the problem can be in multiple directions. See, I think I can give you some examples like banking sector. So previously, when you want to do some transactions, or when you want to do some clearance on the checks and everything, we just need to go ahead and check, like, we have to wait for a long time in the bank. And even to drop a check, it'll take at least 24 to 48 hours, or sometimes it is outside of the area, it'll take at least 1 week of time. But now see, the transactions has been very simple. So it's something like, startups or companies which they come out by solving a lot of problems, and the people who solve such kind of good problems and people who supports the ecosystem to be developed are those called as entrepreneurs. So in a single slide, I just want to make sure that, startup and the entrepreneur journey, and which is nothing but the problem solving. So those who are thinking about having their own company, and those who are willing to start their own company, and those who want to be on top of the line, saying that, sir, we just want to ensure that, we give job opportunities, but only the job opportunities can be created by solving a problem. So the ultimate goal and the base root of any startup is problem solving. But when you talk about which problem, what problem, how, why, and everything, that's a different story. But when we are landing towards the IoT direction, we are talking something about, like, solving the problems towards IoT. So just make sure that, whoever is sitting in the class right now, whoever is listening to this, okay, whatever you want to start, it's going to be a startup format. Whoever wants to solve that problem, he is known as an entrepreneur, whether his or her. And what they need to do, they just need to do is something like, problem solving. So we'll just go in deep dive and understand, like, which problem and how that problem is towards the direction of IoT. Because there are n number of problems you see outside, whether it is logistics, aerospace, space travel, uh, electric vehicles, and what to say, you have got a lot more things in the automobile sector and everything. So you can take any particular industry or sector, and you can start solving. But do remember, before you start anything, or if you wanted to start anything, just remember that, you are looking to solve a problem which is being faced by a lot of customers or the consumers or the clients. And it has to have a simple and easy methodology to resolve it, which will indirectly generate business, which is indirectly giving you some revenue out of it. So looking at all those things, we are talking about the present generation, which is nothing but industry 4.0. See, IoT is being a part of industry 4.0 technologies. Previously, to say, I think your fathers, grandfathers, when you go back 20, 30 years back, ఎవరైనా what you have studied or what is your education ante, people used to tell that, your fathers and grandfathers, they used to tell, we have done degrees, we have done engineering. So like nowadays people are talking about engineering graduates and all, but previously it was a degree. So in degree, what you used to be having is like, simple mathematical calculations, or economics, or some accounting part and management stuff. So nowadays and future, whenever you are going outside, like, after your college, when you talk about your companies, like, when you go for an interview, you have to be in such a way that, you are in the fourth generation of industry. That means industry 4.0 technology. So what do you know? I know something related to industry 4.0 technology. You are no more an engineer. You are no more connected to only one subject. Please do remember, guys, most of them has said like, no, sir, I'm an electrical engineer. I just know only about transformers. I know about only motors. Or some people say that, sir, I'm a computer science engineer. I know about programming. I know Java only. I know this Python language and all. Never. Please ensure that, after your engineering is completed, you are placed not based on engineering. You are placed based on the technology what you know. And that technology can be virtual reality, cloud computing, big data, 3D printing, robotics, cyber security, big data, whatever it is. So these are something like, which industry 4.0 is does. And out of this 4.0 technologies, we are talking mainly about IoT. And why particularly people are talking about IoT is because it has been having an important sector. For example, say, if you take virtual reality, I think nowadays you see a lot of games, AR, VR based, and a lot of, like, the gaming industry is completely changed by the virtual reality programs, and a lot of education has been changed. Like, you scan a photograph, you scan an image, and you get a lot of content in this, and you see the virtual world. So try to understand that tourism, gaming sector has been changed in that direction. So similarly, like 3D printing, all the industrial oriented prototyping building has been connected to 3D printing now. So putting all these examples, you have to understand that the next coming jobs, or the entrepreneurs who want to solve the problem, should have the very good knowledge, or at least a basic knowledge of what these technologies are. Without having these technologies, you can't run the show. It is as simple as that. Without having a mobile phone, can you stay today for one full day? It's not so easy, because your mobile has got everything in the sense, like your mails, your WhatsApp, your social media connects, your general files, your photographs. See how much multiple options it has there. And see, you have camera inside, which is completely based on electronics, which you have got iOS or OS platform inside. You need to have a CSV. You had a wonderful design of structures. You need to have those components. So every engineer, whether it is like electronics, electrical, computers, management, whatever it is, they should be promoted, or they should have an understanding of technologies. So putting in that line of technologies, so there are multiple options. Guys, those who are listening to this, please don't convince yourself for IoT itself. There are other options also. Just look into it, see which one will fit to you. Because being a startup, or being an entrepreneur, or creating that business opportunity doesn't mean to stand on only one technology. It's up to you, based on your problem and based upon your solution, you have to take technology. But today we are talking more about IoT only. Okay, let's come into the picture. Like, I think most of IoT, sir. It's very simple, that Internet of Things. But for me, IoT is defined as not Internet of Things. It is about connecting of things. Connecting in the self, like how we are connected on Facebook to multiple friends, how we are connected on WhatsApp with multiple people statuses, and how we are connected with lots of devices, because you can log in your Gmail in your mobile phone, you can log in your Gmail in your laptop, you can log in anywhere, wherever you are. And simple enough, like, now the systems are nowhere developed separately, like everything is a cloud based. So if you can see this picture on a simple note, on a one single device, there are a lot which have got connected. And why we are taking this as an important industry, and how we are going to create the business opportunities, how we are going to connect between things. As I said, Internet of Things is equal to connecting of things. Example, like now you and me are connected. You and me are connected via a virtual platform, so that I am talking to you and you can hear to me. And similarly, after we come out of this, we are connected virtually through a social media network. Similarly, how device is connected. Let us take your computer, your AC, your refrigerator, your mobile, or your TV, whatever it is, how those are interconnected, and how those connections can be established with the security. That is what Internet of Things does. So it is something like, there should be a communication between the devices. There should be a communication between the devices, and between the devices there is a lot of data which is transferring. So in order to ensure that, to make it easy, how these things will be happening, you can see something like this. IoT with the big data helps companies to solve lot of problems. I'll try to give you one small example. Just hold on for a second. I'm sorry for that. Just hold on for a second. Sorry. Yeah. So coming to this, when we are talking about connecting our devices, as you already know, you have your mobile phone, and those mobile phone has got one mobile number. Similarly, when you're talking about any device which has got manufactured, they'll have an ID number. So when you have those IDs, when you have those numbers, or if you say that, what you say, that unique codes which are there, we need to talk to those devices, and the communication can be established only with through those devices. And when you're establishing that connection through IoT, what happens is you'll have a lot of security problems. I think most of you recently heard about Facebook getting hacked. Recently, our Twitter has been hacked, and Twitter of PM recently got hacked. So, what is happening here is when you're trying to connect between devices, and those devices has to be under some control, and based on that control unit, there are a lot of opportunities that can be created, so which are involving the other technologies called AI, ML, like artificial intelligence, machine learning, and big data. See, IoT is nothing but, like, when you're talking and connecting devices, now you have got a lot of data with you, and what you're going to do with the data, and how you're going to resolve it, and how you're going to separate it. I'll give you one simple example. I think most of you are using mobile phones, and those mobile phones you are utilizing for your personal use, professional use, and you're taking a lot of pictures. I think chala mandi phones lo, like, you will be having more than thousands of photographs which have been updating every day, and WhatsApp is taking the backup in the midnights, and you see, you don't know how to sort it out. And mobiles are coming with a lot of features saying that, duplicate photos, and like, multiple photographs, blurred photographs, unnecessary data can be removed. See, these are all the methods. So when you're trying to connect a lot of devices, and lot of data has been moving within that circumstances, that, when your AC is on, what is the temperature of your AC, or like if you say about car. So car is going to be one good example in future, because only with IoT, where you are traveling with the GPS data, and how you are controlling it, what is your air pressure in your tire. So putting all those into the consideration, you can see that, IoT is creating a huge database. Sorry. Okay. So in order to put this one small example with Audi. Okay. Sorry. So in order to put this in a simple note, like, you can take example like Audi car. Audi car is coming up with a service sector, so that, customer no need to look after its service. Generally, what happens is, if you drive a car for every 5,000 kilometers or 7,000 kilometers, you need to check with the wheel alignment, or every 10,000 kilometers we need to give for service center, or every 40,000 kilometers they need to check about the motor, engine, and everything. So in order to have, like, generally people do forget about their deadlines of the service, and sometimes only when the problem comes, then only they are going to solve it. But whereas when IoT comes into the picture, each tire will be having a sensor, where the tire will tell you, sir, whether the pressure of the tire is available or not for a long ride. And, like, people see from outside and say, like, sir, please check your tire pressure, it is not good for running on roads. So instead of that, you will get the data directly on a mobile app. Similarly, if the next 15-20 kilometers there is a service center available there, so your engine is about to is about to create a problem, or it has got wear and tear issues, so go and get into the service center. See, all this can be done through IoT. Once IoT comes into the picture, into your real lives, we are just experiencing only through Amazon, we are experiencing only through the bank transactions, all these things with IoT. But once it comes into the reality, entire your surrounding can be controlled by your own mobile phone in a single app, and which will help to reshape the futures of health system, reduce lot of logistic issues in the manufacturing companies. And it has got most benefits, like how you are tracking your logistics parcel. See, Amazon is sending you a parcel, and how you are easily tracking it, and you are knowing when it is coming to you. All this is because of the IoT. And when you talk about where these opportunities, so these are some growing opportunities of IoT, which will help you to create a very good business. I think previously, when you talk about delivery, like, delivering of any package, I'm talking about logistics. People do know about DTDC, professional couriers, and most probably the Blue Dart. But now there are so many players came into the picture. There is delivery, there is e-cart, there is some other examples, like, there are a lot of logistic players who came into the industry with IoT technologies. Even the payment gateways. Previously, it was going to be only Paytm, but later through PhonePe, and, like, Google Pay, and there are lot other companies like MobiQuick, do that and all. But of course, there might be a number of companies, but those who stand in the race and those who solve the customer problems only will stand there. And I don't know whether you heard of this or not. Amazon has started delivering its first delivery through drones. And a very good example of agriculture. I just want everyone to listen this. Agriculture has got a huge scope in IoT because, like, every field, every area of the field, you will be putting up the sensors of fertility, soil moisture, heat, temperature, and all those sensor data can be grabbed, and you will understand how the crop can be yielded for the next few months. This is actually a biggest picture available in United Kingdom. Even recently we worked with one of the company in UK, that they want a box of sensors, a set of sensors which are going to be placed in the field, and they will be keep on monitoring and updating those data values through IoT. And based on those values, they will understand which crop has to be placed and how much time it's going to take, based on the rain, based on the sunlight, based on the soil fertility, and based on the chemicals that we use. They just want that information. See, if such a kind of agricultural connectivity is happening through IoT, see how the next few years it is going to grow. But in India, still that has to grow, and there are a lot of opportunities there if you want to go ahead and get it as a business opportunity. Similarly, in energy production, I think now everyone knows about electric vehicles. Electric vehicles are going to be the next 5 years, but no one knows how much power is consumed, where is the charging station, where they can put up their service center, nothing. So still that is still growing on. You can try on this. Even wearables, whenever you wear a shirt, whenever you have your bag with you, so it'll check automatically the temperature of your body and the surroundings, and it'll adjust automatically so that it keeps you warm. Similarly, in securities, identifying a person who is not into our people, like, security breaches, and those who comes in and goes out, all those data has been stored. Who has come, why has come here, so all those opportunities are created, and it has got a lot of scope for you to connect with data. But remember, whenever you are creating that, you have to at least understand the remaining technologies also. Big data, artificial intelligence, and machine learning will help you to have a wonderful platform of IoT. And without having those technologies, it is going to be a bit difficult for you to handle the data also. As I said, photographs in your mobiles. And putting the same, this is going to be the important part of your IoT opportunity. As I said, see, logistics, payments, all these are other industries. But in those industries, if you are looking to provide an IoT opportunities, the major part is going to take about the SaaS. So software is going to be your service. So IoT you will not see directly. It is all through the app, all through the web portal, all through the cloud computing only. So what it will help us as a service part. So in the software service part, you are going to have business services, document management, social networking, and mail services. This is what already been happening in Google, Yahoo, and other places. I think most of you, those who are in second years and third years, I think you have started having online classes. Your data has been stored in cloud. I think most of your mobile phones have been already connected to Google Photos and everywhere, and you can see everything from the front end. What you have to do now to create that opportunity is you have to look at the back end also. So back end, there are so many, like, enterprise resource protocols and CRM, Amazon Web Services. These are all happening in the back end. Now you just need to see how you are going to solve your problem, and that is connected to these technologies of IoT. And please do remember, IoT is going to be only one option. But whereas whenever your problem is related to 3D printing, or any robotics or manufacturing is involved, or cyber security is also going to be the major part for IoT, because all these are interlinked. It is simple that, previously we studied about science, social, maths, English, chemistry, physics, and all. Now the next generation is going to study about virtual reality, cloud computing, 3D printing, robotics, IoT, and all. So there is a difference in the subjects, and there is a difference in the business opportunities. And the biggest opportunities that you're going to service is providing through these multiple applications. So you take industrial sector, you take banking, you take logistics, because packing, tracking, and delivering it to the customers. I think none of us even waiting at hotel for not more than 5-10 minutes. Order ఇచ్చిన 5-10 minutes కే మనం వచ్చేయాలనుకుంటాం. But even the dish needs to be cooked and needs some time for it. But none of us are waiting for it. No, now those are looking forward for creating such a business opportunity. See, you have got multiple sectors. See, I'll give you one small example in the fitness sphere. So, how many of you go to gym? How many don't go to gym? Like, they don't do their regular exercises. And those who do their regular exercises, they don't know how many calories they are burning every day. And it is very difficult. Now we got smart watches. So why smartwatch is here is because to track you every day and understand how many calories you are burning and how many you are consuming so that it keeps you fit. Similarly, in banking, it is the same which I've taken the example of Google Pay, Phone Pay, and everything. So Internet of Things, like connecting of devices, has got a lot of interconnected solutions for a lot of customers. As I said, car as an example, Audi is coming up with a service which has got all sensors inside their car, and based on the sensors only the output is going to be generated. And how you're going to do business, that is the biggest question. Like, okay sir, I have selected IoT as my sector, and I have taken one medical or fitness related business opportunity, and now I have to go. How should I go? The major part is like, what problem you are solving in that. Is it customer related? Is it B2B, business to business, or is it something like B2C? In that, again, service sector or a product base. You want to create a product which is going to create that connectivity, or you want to solve an algorithm. So this has got a lot of internal discussions that has been made, but it all depends upon your questions. So I just gave you a brief, like what exactly this 4.2 technologies is and how these are connected and future. Please do remember, even your transportation, like how Uber and Ola has come up, you just need to open an app, connect them, and see, you can track your car, you can track your traveling, you can track your logistics. So that is how that Internet of Things is creating. And with the help of big data and other technologies, you can simplify it for the each customers. But when you go deep down, there are a lot of security issues, there are a lot of data breaching issues. Sometimes it has been something like, because of the security, there has been a lot of changes in the methodologies or algorithms. So you can create such wonderful algorithms to make it simple also. So these are all the different aspects of IoT. And if you go deep down in the technology and programming, that's actually a more technical side. So as I said, like, offside, I'm not getting into technical things. But if you have any questions on it, I'm ready to take it. So this is what I just want to let you know. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Now I would request the participants to post the questions in the chat box. I request the participants to post the questions in the chat box.
Any question, like, whether it might be about the startup or entrepreneurship, whether it is about that technology or other technology, you can put me up so that I can solve you, because even I'm a technical engineer of electronics background. So people do have that queries in their mind, like, whether this is going to work out or not, or how we have to go ahead. So anyone ask the question can type
Uh,
it. Yeah.
Request the participants to post the questions in the chat box. Once again, request the
uh,
participants to post the. Sir, there's a question, sir.
can we use ITAT? No, at high temperatures. A bit clarity on that question, please. Is it the space or? Oh, can we use IoT in high temperatures? Is that the question? How IoT is? Okay, how IoT is helpful in mech industries? See, mechanical industries now has got a lot of impact because of the automobile sector. See, automobile sector is shifting completely from diesel and petrol engines to the electrical engines. So electrical wise, like, the motors and the batteries, and the batteries needs to be tracked at the same time when it comes to the mechanical design of chassis. and the connectivity of the wear and tear of the component. Previously, they used to have a lot of analysis because of the wear and tear of the IC engines. But whereas in electric vehicles, they don't have a complete data. So mechanical people can work out in the designs of chassis as well as the data that gets it back for them. No, there is a lot of change in the space, and there is no huge components placed in the two-wheelers or three-wheelers nowadays. And even if you work out with Tata Nexon, if you can see the suspension system of a battery vehicle and a suspension system of a normal vehicle. So in that direction, IoT can help you to identify and get the data from those vehicles and create for the next 5 years, like on what parameters that can be developed, like future generation designs can be developed. And when it comes to the other question, can we use IoT at high temperatures? Of course, we can use IoT at high temperatures, but those temperature sensors has to be precised and has to be designed according to the temperature range that has to be made. And even in that range, like if you take steel plant, if you take Nalco plant, they work at high temperatures, like more than 2000 degrees, 1500 degrees centigrades. So those molds and designs and everything can be also be controlled, and the data can be captured. See, IoT, as I said, like it's a connecting of devices, and after connecting, whatever the data you collect, that's actually a different story. It goes into the cloud computing or big data, segregation, and everything. So still you can use IoT in high temperatures, but it depends upon the sensors.
Any further questions from the participants can be posted in the chat box.
See, you can not only ask about IoT, you can ask about the startup or entrepreneurship or any idea you have, or general questions also. The more you keep it inside, it will not be fulfilled. So try to fulfill it only by asking. If you don't ask it now, of course, I can understand. Second year, third year, sir, still we have lot 1 2 years more. Not an emergency for completing our engineering, but please do remember, engineering in next few years, as Google and other big companies have cancelled their degrees, so they were taking them only by the quality of subject. So anyone who is talking about a different concept also are welcome. You can ask the question so that I can answer it for you. But please don't keep the questions with you. That will be a biggest problem for you.
So they're saying that there are no questions, sir.
Okay, done. Good.
So
Hope
can
you
we
have
wind
understood.
up the session, sir?
Yes, yes, you can.
Okay. Thank you, sir. Thank you for sharing your valuable knowledge with us. I would request the participants to fill the Google form which is posted in the chat box for the e-certificate. And finally, I would like to conclude this session by thanking our director, Dr. Shambhu Prasad, sir. Thank you, sir. I would like to thank our vice president, sir. I would like to thank our principal, sir, Dr. K. Satyanarayan, sir. Thank you, sir. I would like to thank our vice president, sir. I would like to thank our resource person, N. Venkat Reddy, sir, for sharing his valuable knowledge and information with us. Thank you, sir. I would like to thank our coordinator, Dr. Shubodh Panda, sir. Thank you, sir. I would like to thank all the faculty coordinators, faculty members, technical staff, management staff, student coordinators, and all the students for making this session a wonderful one. Thank you. Thank you, one and all.
Thank you.
Thank you, sir.